What's up, guys? This is Secrets of the Citadel, looking at some figures, looking at Kha-re-ga. Obviously, that name implies, as well as the imagery, we're dealing with a Marro. Another Marro, Hivelord, in fact. Marros like to splice DNA, and everybody was mentioning the feathers down at the bottom, right there, and all the different arms, and the kind of armored shell look. Could be a shrimp of some kind that they wanted some abilities that a shrimp could do, so they kind of melded it into this Morrow here. Very creepy though. Like look at these disgusting things coming out of the mouth. Looks like the mouth is like wide open and all this disgusting crap is coming out of it. And it's got guts everywhere hanging out. Anyway, if you come up here, you can also kind of see that the guts coming out, the shell, all kinds of something going on up in there, the feathers and everything. Very cool looking figure. I know Joe Crazy loves the Marro. I know lots of people love the Marro, and the Marro are an idea straight out of Heroescape, so it's really cool to see we get more Marro, and with also it fits on one base, that big thing, which is a huge figure that fits on one base again. So that's impressive. All right, let's move on. We got 7 life, 3 defense. Okay. Okay. Definitely survives longer than normal, at least. 6 move, quicker than normal. 5 attack, very high. 140 points. Okay, okay. Seems like it's kind of fitting so far. Marro Hivelord. Nice. Nice, nice. And that means Nagrubs can bond. Relentless, meaning these new bears that we're going to talk about can bond with a Kha-re-ga, and then the bears can take a turn. That's definitely fun. They come in the same pack, in fact. And she has Hive Tunnel. One big ability here. Instead of moving normally with her, you may do this. Choose an empty space within spaces, 4 spaces, not clear line of sight spaces, just 4 spaces, that is no higher than 6 levels above or below. That means you can be at the bottom of the hill, move 4 spaces, and pop up at the top of the hill. Burst on a ton of range figures or something. But it says, anyway, it says, and place Kha-re-ga on that space. Then roll the 20-sided die for every figure adjacent to Kha-re-ga. Add 1 for each wound marker on Kha-re-ga. Ooh, you have 7 lives, so that means you can get up to +6. If you have +6, that's going to be good. So it says 1 through 13, nothing happens. It says 14 through 19, that figure receives 1 wound. Well, if you have 1 life left, all of a sudden you need like 8 or higher, like 8 or higher to inflict at least 1 wound. Now you need a 20 to inflict 3 wounds, and that's on everybody that you're bursting on. So that, in the right circumstance, can be very effective, especially if they're hiding behind a wall or something, like people do with Raylan sometimes. Yeah, it could be a Raylan pod destroyer there. Very interesting there. Take out the Cobra pod, something like that. But yeah, so 20 or higher is 3 wounds. And again, maximum you could have of wounds is 6. So all of a sudden, you could get 6 less than that. You could get like 14 or higher and inflict 3 wounds. And it sounds like you're rolling the 20-sided die for each figure separately. So you're rolling for each figure on their own. So if there's 3 figures, you're rolling 3 different times and calling out which one you're hitting each time. But yeah, insta wounds are great. And by the way, this isn't a special attack. So you can do this and then hit for 5 and then bond. This might be, as far as effectiveness, this might be one of my favorite Marro we've ever had. I mean, that's cool. Especially if you got high defense things, like you burst near Raylin. Okay, I'll just give Raylan automatic wounds, and give people around her with huge defense automatic wounds, and then attack Raylan for 5 again if she's still alive. Ooh. Very good potential there, I think. For 140 points, I think that's definitely worth it. Tell me what you guys think. I'm sure some of you have a lot to say about this one. See you guys next time.